their singer Leo. Well, he's waiting to confirm it, but he's supposed to be coming over to Canada in, I believe, September, October. And
fantastic.
And he'll be very, very close to where I live. So he's gonna come over to my house and do an in-house interview and hang out, that sort of thing.
Ah, cool.
So
I really hope I can get to Canada one day, because I know quite a lot of people in Canada, and my wife has cousins that lives in Canada, so
nice.
We will probably go there in a few years.
Yeah, well, I'm in Ontario, and Leo has I think his family in Kitchener, which is about 45 minutes to an hour drive, so not too far. So
Cool.
I'm hoping he makes it, because I would love to have him in house. And I told him too. I said, man, if you need a place to crash, I got a spare room. It's all good. There's room for it if you need it. So I'm hoping that materializes. So I'll hope to hear about that soon.
Cool.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get to, we have time for another song off the new EP, and this one I believe I played last week on NMS. This one's called I'm Not the Only One, Jon Magnusson. Dig this.
Got nothing left in my pockets. Don't wanna sell my soul, it's nothing worth. Got nothing else here to offer. Look at me, I'm broke. I lost control. There's nothing left to see. There's no one else to be. I cannot sleep tonight, but I'm not the only one. Come lay your arms around me. Come share my goals. Come raise my hope. And feel my hair through your fingers. Move them down my bones. Just make it slow. There's nothing left to see. There's no one else to be. I cannot sleep tonight, but I'm not the only one. In the end, there's nothing to die for, nothing to show, nothing to adore. Just give my life a new sound. Soon we'll be old, so come make me glow. There's nothing left to see. There's no one else to be. I cannot sleep tonight, but I'm not the only
Jon Magnusson with I'm Not the Only One. Another great tune. I mean, I know I'm kind of gushing here, but I mean, the whole EP is really good, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. This one was a little bit more mellow. I found But again, I love the lyrics to this song. I think like you've literally progressively grown as a lyric player, like you mentioned before, between the last EP this one, because they just seem much more. The wording seems much more powerful, at least the way it's organized. Well, so, but another great tune.
Thanks, man. But this I actually wrote this in 2011, so it's older than most of the tunes from my last EP.
Well, and that's the one question I wanted to ask you about is it kind of rewarding, kind of revisiting the old songs and and reworking them a bit?
Yeah, I think so. Like some of the songs that I recorded when I was still quite a beginner in recording, and that I still think are really good songs. It's definitely worth going back and rework them.
Well, right on. And a lot of bands have done that. And I mean, and from what I've heard from most musicians is a song is never really actually done because there's always some way that it can be improved on. I mean, that's not me saying that. I mean, I'm talking about the artists saying that their own song can be improved on in some form or another. Or they'll hear it, and it's interesting to hear because sometimes they'll say, you know what, they'll put the whole EP together, they're really happy with it, it gets released, like, man, I should have changed that. on one of the songs.
That's like a double-edged sword, but at the same time, you're just as good as you are at the moment, so you gotta get things out there, and you can't dwell on things for too long. Like, I could have done something better with my last EP, but still, I'm really happy with how it came out at that moment. So I probably won't go back and re-record anything from that EP because I think it's good enough. So it's you really should be careful as well, looking back too much.
And fair enough, and that makes perfect sense. So the new EP, Always a Rebel, comes out March 9th. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, Jon's got a lot of social media venues. You can check out his blog through Facebook Messenger. And actually, do you want to explain that right now, Jon, what you got going on for people to pick up the new CD, the press play?
I'm actually getting a lot into like the new technology with the blockchain services. And I actually have to make a shout out to a new friend of mine that I'm doing actually working on a song with. I have no idea how to pronounce this. It's French. It's Sevor, I think it's the name. He's really active in Steam It Music Alliance. So I'm trying to take a lot of part in the new technology as well as Facebook and Twitter and everything.
Right on. Well, we're looking forward to the release. I know you've got an amazing response to the pre-release already. So
yeah,
we're looking forward to that coming out, and we'll keep on plugging and going through the EP as well. And hopefully we'll get you back on again very, very soon, so Mike can get a shot at asking some questions as well.
Perfect.
So
looking forward to it, man.
Well, hopefully we'll say Jon, hopefully about a month or so, and we'll organize it and make sure that, like I said, this was for Mike. This was a last minute thing, so this stuff happens. But I know he was.
Yeah, I know everything about double booking and being too busy.
Right, exactly. So, Jon, thank you very, very much. I was so happy and very excited to finally get you on the show. And you're right, it has been a year, but it's been nice to have you on. And it's been a great time. Like I said, I love the new EP, so I can't wait to get it released. And we'll definitely keep in touch because we'll get you back on very, very soon so we can get Mike's 2 cents in as well. But until then, we'll be pushing the EP and we'll be talking.
Amazing. And say hello to B for me. I actually got drunk with her on gin this summer in the UK as well.
No, gin is a good thing. I like gin myself, so
Yeah, I just it was really funny because I got so sick in the last part of the UK tour,
right?
And she has arranged this gig for me in Bruton where she lives, and I was so worn out from the cold I had, but I was really fun, and me and her and her boyfriend was getting drunk on gin after the show, and it was just such a blast. But I felt like I was terrible the day after.
Oh, a bit been there, done that. I had a rough night last night myself, so and a little bit of a fall. So I got a couple war wounds from last night. So
Awesome.
I totally get it. Well, John, you have a great night, and thank you so much for joining us. And I guess we'll have you back on soon. So Mike can ask you some questions as well, so we can do a show with all three of us.
Amazing. Take care, man.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a good night, John.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys. That was none other than Jon Magnusson, who it's literally been a year since we had him on the show. And Forgotten Bee will be joining us in a few minutes. And I'm hoping I can get a hold of her right now. So why don't we just give her a quick little shout and see if she's available, because we told her to be calling her just a little earlier. So hopefully things work, and here we go. Hello, B. Hey, how's it going?
It's really good, actually. It's really good. I'm laughing because I just heard that bit about gin, and I thought, oh my word, I've just poured myself a gin as well.
well, yeah, gin and tonic,
Can you hear
right?
me?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. B,
I can't hear you, so I don't know if you can hear me. I'm going to try and phone you back.
Okay, I can hear you just fine, but go ahead. And there you have it, folks. Skype at its best. So it happens sometimes, but what are you going to do, right? And now I know it sounds like the times like this I've said before. I wish I had the Jeopardy waiting music for this reason specifically. So. Hello, B.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you not hear me, B, at all? Hello? Okay, well, apparently Skype is being annoying, so let's try this another time here and see how it works, because...
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me? You still can't hear me? B, can you not hear me at all? Okay, well, you know what? Till we get this figured out, we'll get a song on here, and we'll try to get this little glitch figured out. So until then, we're going to be playing The Evil Dead with Psychosis. Dig this.